Hello everyone, I'm Raquel and I have had a crazy weekend. I went to Nineworlds, which is a Geek Fest convention. They had one last year, it's the second year it's been running. One of the talks I went to was all about time travel. One of the authors on this panel was Kate Griffin. She was actually so funny in the talk that I thought if her books are anything like her personality, they're going to be really great. Heard the term don't judge a book by its cover. I don't know if don't judge a book by its author is the same thing. I brought Stray Souls. It's about a girl who's a shaman and London, the city, loses its soul and she is hired to return it. Another book by her is A Madness of Angels. This book too is also set in London, but a London where, I think it's an urban fantasy, it's a London where there are sorcerers and magicians fighting against each other. Enter a London where magicians ride the last train, implore favours from the beggar king, and interpret the insane wisdom of the bag lady. Both of these books seem to personify the city of London. I of course live in London, so interesting. I realised that neither of these books have anything to do with time travel, so why was she on a time travelling panel? Her book, which does include time travel, is one I didn't buy and I really wish I did buy. It's called The First 15 Lives of Harry August. I will try my best to explain what this book's about. It sounded really interesting when she explained it. It's about a time where people from the future go back in time to tell them that the world is going to end, and for some reason the end of the world is getting closer and closer and closer. And they know that the problem is to do with something in their timeline. In this book, people die and come back to life, like say 50 years in the future. And when they come back, they've missed a huge chunk of time and they can ask anyone, oh, what happened in, say, the 1920s and 1930s? They use this to pass messages back and forth through time to each other. Say you died in the 1950s and then someone in the 1960s left a message for you. And when you were reborn in the year 2000, someone handed you this message and they gave you a task which is somehow going to help save the world. She explained it way better than I ever can, but I think it's going to be a really great book. If you've read it, please let me know what you thought of it. Another book I got while I was there was Fearsome Dreamer by Laura Eves. She was talking on an urban fantasy panel. This book is a sort of fantasy book. It's actually a little bit of alt history as well because it's set in a world where France are the ruling economic power in the world. There's a girl in it. She has a power and the government want to use her as a weapon, so she has to try and escape from the country. I suppose the Parasol Protectorate series is actually part of this book haul because I had them on my Kindle before and I couldn't really get Gail Carriger to sign my Kindle, so I had to repurchase these, but I'm happy to have them on my shelf because they're kind of pretty. The covers are pretty cool too. For those of you who are interested, Gail Carriger actually has a new book coming out. I didn't know this until I got to the book signing stall and she had these really cool fans. She signed it too. Her new book is called Prudence and it's a new character. Oh, it's the daughter of Alexei McCune. Oh, I didn't know that. I should really know that information, but I didn't, which is embarrassing. I'm actually now even more excited to read this book. This isn't the book, this is the fan. I'm more excited to read this now than I was 2 seconds ago. Yeah, it's a new steampunk series and all of you should read the Parasol Protectorate and then you should go out and buy this book, Prudence, because it's going to be awesome. Another book I got was All Aliens Like Burgers. It strikes me as a type of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy type book. When I asked the author herself what the book was about and what it was like, she said that if you like Futurama, you'll like this book, and I love Futurama. It's by Ruth Wheeler. It's about a guy from England who accepts a job interview, and the interviewers happen to be aliens who want him to work in a fast food restaurant in the middle of the galaxy somewhere. It came with cool freebies, these little business cards, which I'm sure will make sense after I've read the book. So this is Noir by an independent publishers, Yukon Press, and it is an anthology of dark science fiction, fantasy, and horror, written by Adam Roberts, Simon Modern, E.J. Swift, Jay Castleberg, Emma Coleman, Paul Kane, Alex Daly McFarlane, Mary O'Regan, Paul Graham Raven, Donna Scott, Simon Unsworth, Paula Wakefield, and James Warrad. You got given like a little freebie bag when you got your badge. In the freebie bag were some free books. The first free book I got is Scare Me by Richard Parker. It's about a guy who gets a phone call asking, when was the last time you Googled yourself? I'm sure the phone call's a lot creepier than that, because that's not creepy at all. But he looks online and there's a website. It has pictures showing the inside of his house. That would creep me out. And also 6 other houses that he's never seen before. The other houses are all houses where brutal murders have taken place. And his house is next. This one looks like it's got something to do with Egypt. It's got some hieroglyphs and stuff on it. 5 years ago, the gods of ancient mythology awoke around the world. This morning, Kyra Locke is late for school. Did any of you guys go to Nineworlds? Tell me how it went, comment below, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you later in my next video. Bye guys!